Of this I deserve what I was wearing.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? We have had an excellent lineup of speakers, and I am really excited to be one of them. And I think earlier I met a fellow oversharer, or at least got to see you. Maybe we'll connect after this. But I'm going to just take a minute to share that my 12-year-old daughter is sitting over there, Emily. And I'm really excited that she's here today and gets a chance to see me speak. But I want to just share this little note she gave me before I went up here. It says, "You can do it. 1, smile. 2, breathe. And 3, remember I love you." So I'm having a great mom moment. And I'm going to contrast this to what my CEO told me before I came up here. She said, you probably got this. So anyway, I shape it. I'm lucky to have fun people around me because having a good laugh, I think, before you speak is a good thing. But I'm a very literal person. And when I saw that the topic was redefining ambition, I took that literally. And so I did a Google search. What is the definition of ambition? And I did this in part because I'm a big believer that language shapes our mindset. It is how we interpret the world around us. It is how we talk about it, how we process what's happening to us. And the language that we use shapes our mindset. And our mindset shapes everything else that we do throughout the day for our entire life. So I'm just going to read the definition that popped up. This is the first thing that pops up when you type in ambition definition. And it's the dictionary.com definition, and it is an earnest desire for some type of achievement or distinction, such as power, honor, fame, or wealth, and the willingness to strive for its attainment. And then the sentence they use right after that to describe it is, too much ambition caused him to be disliked by his colleagues. Now, I'm going to tell you, I was like, gosh, that's negative. But then I had a moment where I was like, at least for once, it's the man being disliked. So when I look at this, I think if we're going to redefine what ambition actually is, we need to say that it's not negative, that it is a positive quality. And when I was complaining that that whole thing seemed really negative to me, Megan, my CEO, pointed out that nothing in the actual definition was bad. And I realized how very indoctrinated I am into the way society views ambitious women, because I heard fame seeker, power hungry, greedy, right? All of the things when you think of power, fame, wealth, for women, we're told not to want those things. We're supposed to be quiet in the back of the room. We're supposed to let men take credit for the things we worked hard to do. And you know what? I don't think we should be doing that. And I think when it comes down to ambition, the thing we need to be careful of is that we know what that means to us. Because when you let somebody else define ambition for you or tell you what success is supposed to look like, you give away your power to create a life that you're excited to live. So ambition to me is about identifying your dreams and then pursuing them relentlessly. So as I move into this, I'm just going to read the back of a book that has been very, very impactful for me. This book is called Wanting: The Power of Mimetic Desire in Everyday Life. And the idea behind this book is that we don't normally, intrinsically, desire things on our own. There are very few things that we want because they are important to us. We as humans learn by finding models and mimicking what those models do. And that becomes especially dangerous right now in the world of social media, because we see models everywhere telling us what success and happiness and all of these things look like, and some of that is healthy and some of it isn't. But here's what Adam Grant says about this book. This book makes a startling case that many of our goals are merely reflections of what we think others want. It's a spellbinding read, and it will leave you rethinking your own motivations for months and maybe even years. When I read that, I knew I had to buy the book because I felt called out. If you can see the picture on the screen, there's two pictures of me. One of those pictures is from 8 years ago, and one of those is from about a month ago by the very talented Sherry Sutton, who is hanging out over there. So, oh, right in front of me. That first picture was actually taken by my daughter when she was 4 years old at a photo shoot. She asked if she could have the camera and took it. And she said, "Mommy, look powerful." But what I see when I look at this picture now, look real closely at the eyes. I look sad. I look tired. And if you look at the tension lines by the mouth, look how stressed that is. Because at this point in time, I was following somebody else's rules for what ambition looked like. I was the co-owner of the company that my dad started. I had bought in, and I was building it. And when I look at what was happening at that time in my life, I was in the top 1% of my industry. I had made it into the top 3 advisors nationally with my broker-dealer and had been there pretty consistently for almost 10 years. I was living in the right neighborhood, had the right car, all the things you're supposed to have. And I was waking up every night at 3 a.m. having a panic attack, full of anxiety. And when I would wake up in the morning, I would dread getting out of bed. And I don't think I've ever told anybody that before. So to say it up here is really scary. But what I've seen over and over again, talking to people about their money every single day for the past 20 years, is that people will relentlessly pursue this idea of success because they believe when they have all of the things, the accolades, the possessions, the ability to show a beautiful resume, that they're going to feel differently than they actually feel in the moment. And they're deferring gratification for years and years and years, saving money, not doing the things that they want to do because it's the responsible thing to do, only to find that when they get to retirement, they've lived a life that they have been minimizing who they are for so long that they don't even know what their dreams really are anymore. This is what my life looks like now. Totally different. One of the things that I think is really, really important is being able to identify your own dreams. Because if you know what they are, you can build them. Zig Ziglar says that you can't hit a target that you cannot see, and you cannot see a target that you do not have. So if you are going by default, reacting to what's happening in your day, pursuing a career because it's what you're supposed to do, you're going to wake up at some point and find that you regret not doing the more important things in life. Here's my ambition. This is my dream. I want to change the face of financial advice in America because the advice that is given right now is about making sure people don't go broke, but it is not about teaching people how to become truly wealthy. And wealth has a different definition for every person that I talk to because every person that I talk to has different dreams. And what gets me really exciting is being in a position where I get to help other people reconnect to their dreams. Think about this. When you were a kid, you were probably told over and over and over again that anything you dream is possible. How many people in this room had someone in their life that said, all you have to do is work hard and you can achieve it? Most of us, I would imagine, at some point heard you can do whatever you put your sights on. But when we get older, the rhetoric changes. Make the practical decision. Don't get the English degree because you won't be able to get a good job. Go to law school because you need to be able to make a good income. And we move further and further and further away from a life that truly excites us into a life that is comfortable, but maybe not bringing us the fulfillment that we hope to have. I get to spend my time today working with people that are so excited about how their life has changed that they go to the Dominican Republic and they have t-shirts made that say, "Life is better with Mary." If that's not satisfaction in a career, I don't know what is. And it's because that particular couple had not taken a vacation, they're business owners, in 20 years. 20 years. And I asked them why not, and they said, well, we don't think we can afford it, they could. And we don't know how to set up our business so that we can leave for a week. Easy problems to solve. But these are the things that matter in life, is figuring out how do we actually do the things that are important to us instead of doing the things everyone else tells us should be important. Where I am right now in my life is very fortunate. I believe in leading by example. I have enough passive income that I could retire today, but I won't, because I love getting to help other people get to a place where they have total freedom to choose how they spend their time. How do you do that? You have to start by identifying what your dreams really are. Most people will trade what they really want for what they want right now. And because of that, they never end up living that dream life. They just have buyer's remorse for whatever they just did. If you get really clear on what your dreams are, it becomes very easy to build a path to them, especially if you take step 2, which I also did, which is hitting the income easy button. All that means is you take the assets you have and the cash flow that you have, and you optimize your strategies for income. Ernst & Young released a report probably about 2 years ago that said you have a much higher likelihood of achieving the outcomes that you're hoping for in a portfolio that includes insurance, annuities, and investments versus only investments. And I don't think most financial advisors talk about that, because the strategies that make financial advisors the most money are not those strategies. In fact, if you look at the strategy that provides the greatest jump in both certainty and income for somebody when they get to the retirement stage, the advisor has to give up 90% of the revenue they would have gotten over a retirement lifetime in order for the client to double their income. But they can, and they can do it with guarantees, but advisors aren't talking about that because that's not the moneymaker. So here's the thing. Number 3 is you have to start looking at how you can acquire other assets that are going to produce more income for you, because if you have more income coming in, you can either have more lifestyle, more charitable giving, more money going to savings so that you can retire with more, or you can retire sooner. But all of this is about efficiency, not risk. Because when it comes down to it, if you're efficient with your money, that leaves you more resources to do the things that are really important to you, which I hope is living your dream life. Because what is the purpose of ambition if it isn't bringing you fulfillment? Thank you.